That's right!
Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm John Reisinger.
Do YouTubers have a right to, say, criticize games without fear of developers, threatening them? That is the question yet again, as a popular World of Tanks YouTuber had to remove a critical video after the developers threatened to issue a copyright strike against his channel.
That's cool. Also, the interesting wrinkle here is that the YouTuber, who is known as Sir Fogg, was actually part of the promotional program for the popular tank-based MMO. But that relationship appears to be over after he posted a video last week, vehemently criticizing a new tank and cursing developer Wargaming. In response, the studio threatened him with a copyright strike if he didn't take it down, which he did.
So this controversy got some people claiming that the developer was selectively using strikes to censor video it doesn't like, while Wargaming countered that it's fine with criticism, but took issue with Sir Fogg's foul mouth in the video.
It's another example of the tension that popular streamers have with developers, who probably like the attention that YouTubers can draw to a game, but aren't as cool with negative comments.
And also rely on the fact that a lot of YouTubers are sort of new to this game or are used to operating as individuals rather than as media, and are more likely to fold under a threat because if you take away their channel, they're left with nothing.
Yeah.
So what happened exactly? Well, last week Sir Fogg posted a video where he criticized a new tank that costs up to $80, which he called an example of the game becoming pay to win. In particular, he took issue with the tank's lack of weak points and the fact that it uses expensive ammo.
In the video, Sir Fogg said, "Fuck Wargaming. Fuck their terrible way of making these premium tanks lately, and fuck this premium tank in particular."
So developer Wargaming didn't care too much for that video, and one of its community managers told Sir Fogg to take it down or face a strike, according to screenshots of the conversation. Sir Fogg initially said nope, but finally pulled it after the community manager threatened him with a copyright strike because that's a danger to anyone's channel. And he was also removed from the game's community contributor program, which is a group of players that the studio partners with to promote the game.
Yeah, so this all sparked a backlash from some in the World of Tanks community who felt like Sir Fogg was being unfairly censored.
You think? Jim fucking Sterling's son, even weighed in on the controversy on his channel, criticizing Wargaming's actions. In the video, he said, "You're threatening his work, his legally protected work, you're abusing a system, you're harassing a person, and you should really, really fucking stop."
Yeah, he used potty mouth too. The Wargaming community manager, who goes by Fellan, later responded to the controversy saying that the studio didn't have a problem with the criticism, but that Sir Fogg's behavior was over the line.
Fellan wrote, "To put it bluntly, we asked him to remove the video because he abused his status as a contributor and the content he received from us to create a video that defamed our company image with the tone and language he used."
Yeah, used his position to say something bad about us. Not allowed to do that. Fellan said that Sir Fogg wasn't paid by Wargaming, nor did he work for the company, but he said that such contributors are representing us to a certain extent towards our players. While we know that Sir Fogg is not exactly the best role model at times, but we valued his contribution enough to still include him in the program. This might have been a mistake since he used his status, influence, and the exclusive preview content he was given to defame Wargaming and World of Tanks.
So let me get this straight. So they already know that he has a potty mouth, but we're willing to deal with it as long as the things that he was saying were in their favor.
Yeah, you can say the game's fucking good. Not the other way.
All right. Look, now copyright strikes happen all the time. We here at The Know are not immune to them. Last year, one of our stories about a No Man's Sky leak was hit with a copyright strike on YouTube by Sony. Even though we didn't use any of the leaked footage, we just mentioned that it existed. And just ahead of E3 in 2015, we reported on Gaijin Entertainment allegedly raising prices for their game War Thunder before a Steam sale to make the Steam sale discount appear more attractive than it actually was. Due to that video, Gaijin Entertainment issued a copyright strike against our channel because they didn't like us talking about that. Considering that we were using publicly available footage that they themselves provided and that they weren't issuing strikes against other people using that footage, it was pretty clear the strike was issued because they didn't like what we had to say. We discussed that with them, and so far we've been very fortunate to have strikes removed, but it remains a danger to any channel, and we're very fortunate in the resources that we do have. Not everyone has like that kind of assistance to fight these kinds of strikes.
Yeah, the World of Tanks case is interesting because it's an example of a developer going after one of its own partners. Wargaming described its community contributor partners this way in a 2013 post. They are awesome players who assist and help players of World of Tanks, such as providing helpful answers, writing guides, running in-game events in our contest area, and show off their love for Wargaming products over their stream or YouTube, run a fan site or Facebook page, etc.
So what they're saying is that this Sir Fogg guy who is part of the program is pretty awesome, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, for his part, Sir Fogg posted about the controversy on Reddit, and he gave his side of things.
Yeah, after he was made a community contributor, Sir Fogg said, "I told them right at the start that I won't change my style because of this, and that they should not put their jobs on the line if people upstairs get upset. And being a community contributor does not mean I have to kiss Wargaming's ass with every video."
Or do you? He went on to say, was my video over the line? Yeah, sure it was. Do I regret making it? Hell no. Did I lose community contributor status? You betcha. Do I care? Not really.
At the end of the day, this could be a case of a developer using their ultimate weapon, the fact that they own the IP, to drop the hammer on videos that they don't like. This also was an issue recently with Persona 5 when Atlas told streamers not to broadcast past a certain point in the game.
Well, although that was a little bit different in that that's a blanket rule.
Yeah.
They're not targeting a specific person who's saying something that they don't like.
Yeah, it was just part of the game you couldn't go past. It wasn't like, hey, did you like the game? You can go further.
Yeah, it's just that they're setting out rules as how you can and cannot use their stuff.
Yeah, but that still led to outcries that Atlas was trying to ruin streamers' livelihoods, and Atlas backed down somewhat.
A little bit.
But still won't allow streamers to broadcast past a certain point.
Just a further point.
In its case, though, Atlas said it supported streaming, but didn't want to spoil the game for players.
Look, one of the big issues here for gamers is the lack of consistency regarding when companies decide to enforce their copyright on streamers. And that's really what's at stake here. If you don't want any of your footage used on any YouTube video ever, and you are issuing strikes across the board, that's one thing. It's not cool, but it is your legal right. If it's free promotion for the game, developers tend to kind of allow that sort of thing. But sometimes if, say, a streamer's coverage gets negative, then suddenly we see devs bust out the copyright strike hammer and get all holier than thou, justified or not. And at the end of the day, they own the IP, but random content strikes like this run the risk of alienating their hardest core fans, and no developer wants that. The consistency is key. If you're taking videos down because you don't like what's being said, and you're using the fact that they use your footage, which you've allowed everyone else to do, as your justification for taking it down, no. That's not the way that works.
Amen. What do you think of the controversy between Wargaming and one of its community partners? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your YouTube and gaming news, including who's getting threatened with a copyright strike now, make sure you like this video and subscribe to The Know. Also, ninja moves.
You little fuckers.
Sir, fuckers, please.
Sir fuckers. You can criticize our game, but you have to use no word.
Welcome to The Know.
That was a good start.
That was an Adam Kovic start.